Welcome to part 2 of pointers concept. So let me take one more example for explaining the usage of pointers, because you know how to you access structures, right? So I'm taking one example structure using call by value, and there is a structure called student which take two variables id and percentage, and how to declare a function, return type, function name of argument. Here we are going to pass one structure as the argument. So struct student record. So this is function declaration, right? In main function we are going to assign value, create the object or structure variable for this. So id equal to 1 and percentage equal to 86.5 we are giving. Then we are going to call the function as fun of record. So here we are printing record id and percentage. Just go through the code. We are declaring a function, we are declaring a structure, we are giving input for the structure, then we are calling it. In function definition we are going to print it as it is the default mechanism of call by value. The content of record will go to record. Again here you are going to perform all the tasks. Save the code. ptr call val.c. Run the code, it will print the output as id is 1 and percentage is 86.5 something like. Suppose if I'm changing the value of id here, what will happen? Record.id equal to 150 instead of 1. What will happen? It is printing 150, right? So here it is 1, here it is 150. It is taking the local update, right? If I'm trying to print it here, what will happen? So here id is 150, that is in function definition id is 150. In main function it is printing the value as only 1. That is, it is updated with a function definition, that is with formal argument. It is not disturbing the actual argument, right? Okay, now I'm going to convert the same code using call by reference, that is with pointers. So how to convert it? Yes, here it is star. Then instead of passing the value, we are going to pass the address ampersand. As we are passing the address, receive that in terms of pointer star. So with pointer, dot operator will not work, because with structures you would have remembered, with structures we go with two operators, dot and arrow operator. Dot will take only with normal structure variable or object, and we need arrow operator for this. So struct id arrow id record arrow id record arrow percentage. Okay. Right, so ptr call ref.c. It is ptr, right? So the changes is id is 150 and id is 150. So whatever you are doing here, that was reflected with actual copy, because all the changes you are doing with only with address with the actual argument. So what kind of applications I can use pointers now? Tell me. You take a simple analogy. So here we are giving you the input, you are going to process and you are going to keep with your, right? For example, we are giving your marks to college, right? What we are giving a marks, and they are taking a photocopy, they are doing all their process with them. So again we have no option to modify it, right? This is first scenario. But if we are sharing your personal details, and we are taking copy here, right? If you want to change your phone number, you can change it, right? If you are changing your phone number or your email ID or something like that, will be reflected with our copy also. So something we are going to make as common for both for editing, right? So these kind of applications we can prefer pointers. If I'm giving you an access to edit, if you are editing, that will reflect it with my content. If I'm editing, that will be reflected with your content also. We both are using the same content. So in some scenarios we can go with call by reference, like where we can go for common usage or common editing. In some scenarios where we are going to supply the data alone and we have no option to disturb that data, you can go with call by value. So pointers play a major role in terms of C programming and C++ also. Okay. So there is something called pointer arithmetic. What are the operations we can do with pointers, like addition, increment, subtraction, decrement? So this example will clearly tell you the use of it. Don't confuse too much. So int a5 equal to 5 elements we have. Random address we are taking 2001, 2005. Why I'm taking Exodus 2005? Since size of integer is 4 bytes. Yes, since we are working with GCC. So 1, 5, 9, 13 and 17, right? So for example, p equal to ampersand a, or p equal to a, or p equal to ampersand a of 0. Everything remain, it is going to minus 2001, right? Okay. Okay. What is p plus 1? Next address. What is p plus 2? 1, 2. What is p plus 3? From this, p plus 1, 2 and 3. Okay, for example, currently I'm with 2009. If this is p, what is p plus 1? Next address. What is p minus 1? Previous address. What is p minus, if this is p, what is p minus 2? P plus 1, p plus 2. Yes, these are the operations of pointer arithmetic. That's it, right? Okay, so here if we are telling this is p, and what is p plus, what is p plus 1? 2009. Manually we are telling us p plus 9, right? How systematically it can take 2005 starting address plus size of one variable, about 2005 plus 4, 2009. And from here, if it is minus 1 means how we are taking 2005, that is p 2009 minus one variable size, minus 4 equal to 2005. Addition operation. If p equal to 2001, what is p plus 1? 2005. How we are taking 2001 plus 4 equal to 2005. That is base address plus size of each location, right? If p equal to 2001, what is p plus 2? P plus 1, p plus 2009. That how we are systematically calculating 2001 plus number of positions and size of each position. And that's it. So right, so either p plus 2 or 2 plus p, both are same. What is the increment? Plus will take you to the next address. Okay, so either you can give us p plus 1 or p plus plus, both are same. What is subtraction? Minus 2 will take 2 positions before. So if 2009, if we are at 2009, what is p? If this is p, what is p minus 2? P minus 1, p minus 2 positions before that. How to calculate the address? Systematically 2009 minus 2 positions, right? 4 plus 4, 2009 minus 8 will give you 2001. This is subtraction. The increment is minus will take you to the previous position. That's it. So you can't go with addition of 2 pointers, because addition of 2 pointers will give you, because if you are trying to add 2 address, there is no use in that, right? So again, p plus 2, p plus 1, p minus 5 you give, right? So that only integers can be added with pointers. If you are giving us p plus 2.5, which make no sense, so it is not allowed. So how to use strings as pointers? Because normally we knew something, right? A name of 20. So there you are giving input that will go static memory allocation. In terms of pointers, we can give us character star name equal to RAC. So here it is not going to allocate any memory for this. It will point the string. So now REC will be pointed by a pointer called name. So it will not allocate the memory. Then how to achieve dynamic memory allocation? We can count the length of the input. We can count the length of the input pointed by name. We can allocate the memory for that length plus 1. Just know how it is working. No need to go with the detailed concept of dynamic memory allocation as that. No, that we will discuss as a separate topic. So instead of giving char name of 20 equal to REC, how we are giving char star name equal to REC. What is the size of this? It will take the default memory as pointer. Right. So now name is the pointer variable which points to the address of this string, and we can calculate length of it, and we can allocate the memory for that length plus 1. So in such case we can accommodate any number of characters, right? So this is we can use strings as the pointer. And something you should remember, for null we can give as int star p equal to, it is capital null, and the value of null pointer is a 0, and we are using ampersand for address of variable, and star is used for two different purposes: to declare a variable as pointer, then as value at operator. So these are the major points to remember. Okay, we'll go with 3-4 MCQs. So what is a pointer? Whether it is a keyword to create a variable, or a variable which stores the address, or which stores the address of a programmable entity. Yes, it is answer is C. Answer is C. Because why it is not B? Because it stores the address of an instruction. It is not going to store the address of instruction. It is going to store the address of a programmable entity. It may be a variable or a pointer, so something like that, right? Okay, second. Whether it should be declared or initialized or both, or no options. Yes, it should be declared and initialized. So what is the output of this code? Let's just have a look. And remember, pointers, with the help of pointers we go with call by reference. So star ptr a equal to 10, and pointer can show the address of it, and star ptr plus 1 plus equal to 1, which means star ptr equal to star ptr plus 1. What is the answer? Yes, it is D11 plus. How it is 11 plus 11? Because ptr1, because we are updating only ptr1, right? How it is updated with A? Since because ptr contains the address of A. So and we are going to do changes with address. So whatever the changes you are going to do with address, that will be reflected with the normal copy also. So ptr1 have the ampersand A. With that we are going with changes. So star ptr will take value from the address, so it is 10 plus plus. So ptr is also 11, A is also 11. Okay. So this kind of example we didn't do before. Just learn from this. That's it. You know that star p will not allocate memory for a number of sizes. So it will point to an address, right? So what address? This address it will point. In the starting address we have h. Starting address value is h. So now p will point to the starting address of this string. Got it? So star p is nothing but value at the starting address. What is the value at starting address? H. And ampersand is that address. Again star is that value. So you can cancel star and ampersand. So this is, you can cancel this, right? So star and ampersand will get cancelled, and star p is nothing but what is p? Address of the starting address of this string. In the starting address, what value you have? H. So it will take the output as h. Okay, what is this constant? Because constant you would have learned before. It is meant for fixed. Yes, you cannot change the value pointed by ptr since const. Okay. So you have any queries? If so, please write it. We will get back to you. Hope you understood the use of pointers. So let me summarize the concept of pointers. So pointers are the variables used to store the address of another variable. With basic examples, you can't understand the meaning of a pointer. And there are two operators we are using with pointers: ampersand and star. Ampersand used to represent the address of a variable, and one more operator we use with pointer, a star, which is used for two different purposes: to declare a variable as pointer, and from the address to access a value we can go with pointer. Right? Okay. Thank you.